We have a great show for you tonight. Yeah, I know we're in the way of the dinner tools over there, and you know what? He's more of a teddy bear than a real actual bear. So I don't think we have to worry about him, Jeff and Jesse, very much. They're good people, and so if you happen to be over there and stop over here, you stop over here and go over there, whatever. It's all good. Hey, we're here tonight with our good friend Joe Burgess, who. Yours truly to do a live stream or a video or something, and sitting over his right shoulder there in the back, you'll see Eric, the cameraman. So Evan, don't get jealous. There is another you're out there. You come in and watch. Hey, say hi to everybody, guys.
Hey, how you doing? What's going on, guys? Yep.
We got a ton of cool stuff here. So what's happening? Joe has a tool community kind of channel out there. He has some great sampling. By the way, everybody, leave some information in the comments below, including to Joe's channel. Now, Eric is his cameraman for some of his videos, and he's going to be starting up his own channel later. We'll see if we can get some specifics on that, and if he has a channel name and whatever. So, you can go out and steal it before he gets it put up there. So anyway, what really interested me is some of Joe's cart mods, and we're going to be going over those and talking about those later. I have a quick OLED announcement, and then we also have some new Harbor Freight stuff that we're going to be showing and talking about with Joe and Eric here. So, sound good?
Yes, sounds great. Absolutely.
You guys I get real close to my camera here, or my monitor's like a 40-inch monitor, so I can see it. So I sit here. I need one of those cardboard things, to put up here so I can get my tan even off of this monitor. So anyway, we have a few people starting to come up. Who's out here? Let me see. We've got Jesse and everyone. My family is sheltering in place. And of course, my lovely wife is out there talking to us. She's playing she's got her phone in the background there, and it's just like in my ear. And there's a 10-second delay. It's just
Joe.
Yes.
This is my morning, right?
Yeah.
So I look, guess what he's doing?
What?
It's a catastrophe.
Yeah, cat's getting into the bag of cat food head first.
now. Even the cats are looting. What are we going to do? Hey, everybody. So for you people that are probably going to be seeing this video as an aftermath thing, I wanted to explain and tell you what I found out about that whole OLED thing. Apparently, OLED servers crashed, and a lot of people did not get on the sale. As I feared, that Baton 2 that was purple. I don't know if you guys seen that. They make some really great products, and I'm shilling for them for free because they didn't even send me anything this time. I guess I didn't make the cut, but I give away the stuff they send in a drawing usually, and they didn't send me nothing. But the Baton 2 sold out, and what happened? Their server crashed. But we're not going to talk about that because it's water under the bridge. They are changing the way they're doing stuff. So first of all, their Facebook page, there's a link in the comments below. Their Facebook page is talking about they're taking suggestions or a vote or whatever for what their next kind of purplish, I think it's kind of girlish looking, I thought my daughter would love it, that Baton 2. So for you guys that missed out on it and everyone that really liked that color, they're going to do another one next flash sale, but they're looking for what model to do it with. I think the i5T, that EOS everyday carry that takes regular batteries, would be really cool, as an everyday carry in that purple color. But that's me. So if you want to go out, it's free to join their Facebook page, and you guys can vote on what you want to see. The other thing they're going to do is they're going to start on 8 Eastern time. So you guys would have had to stay up till midnight. I think that was like 9 or 10 o'clock, about 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock our time. And so they're going to be going 4 hours earlier so that hoping to cut down all the traffic, because that's what the issue was. So they're shoring up their servers so that they can get more traffic, and they're starting the sales 4 hours earlier on the day before the actual flash sale, so that people can get in there and get the sale prices. Hopefully they won't run out of stuff so quick. So they really were very apologetic about that, and hope you guys will give them another chance out there in the next flash sale. And I don't know if I will see it or make the grade this time, but if I get something, I'm going to give it away. So give it away now.
Nothing wrong with that.
Watch out for that channel. So did you guys get in on any of that OLite stuff? I don't remember
No.
this number on there.
No.
So it was like, I had like 1 to 100 were the numbers I was drawing from. And there were like 24, 25 people. So you had a really great chance of winning that flashlight. I gave away 2 of them, and the last one was like their very best, the best one they make. So that was pretty cool. One of my old timers. I don't know if so. You were back then, Joe. Did you see Project Blue Sky?
I did. You know something? That whole thing actually inspired me to do what I do to my car.
Oh, yeah. Don't give it away. I do have a picture. I'm going to show you guys that. So that is worth sticking around for. I mean, I thought I was the king of car boxes. There's stuff Joe has done. It's like crazy stuff that this guy's done. So we're going to be seeing some of that in a little bit.
I gotta tell you. I said to myself when the whole thing was designed, I said I gotta see what happens when this thing hits.
Right.
I knew you'd be interested in that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The graphics were fantastic. So
there's a lot of things done on that thing. You know what I mean? And it was good amount of stuff.
Okay. Oh, Clayton is out there. I don't know if you guys know Clayton. Are you home tonight, Clayton, or are you out on the road somewhere? Seeing if he's out there. He'll drop in. I would have thought he would have been over at the Den of Tools, because I don't see any of our regulars here. How you doing, Santino? Santino's my wife's cousin.
Nice.
Of course, my wife is out. How are you, dear? See if I can
I'm
hear
fine. I'm trying to get logged back on. It's giving me grief over here.
Oh, no, don't have that.
She's about 5 feet away out of camera shot, but still close enough to throw stuff. So, hello, how are you, dear?
Remember, I have to cake popcorn.
Okay, so let's put up. Let's see. Here we go. Let's do this one here, or can we do this one?
I love that, by the way.
You love the card.
Yes, I do. Thank you
Did
very much. I love that.
I was hoping I would not get myself in trouble with the Chrome King reference there.
No, that didn't bother me at all. I liked it.
Here we go. We got Joe, the Chrome King.
Nope. That didn't bother me in the least.
So now, see, we can put that on your channel. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Who wants to see new stuff from Harbor Freight? Oh, did I not get it up there? Hold on a second. Put some up there. I guess I've got to actually click on it and drag it over here and drop it. So this is something new from Harbor Freight, guys. Just like throw in some of your thoughts here. Bauer, they've really been stepping up the line here. Now, I don't know what other forums and channels and stuff you guys watch, but there is a writer out there, and his column or channel, whatever that he does that he writes under, is called Tool Guide, and he spells it Guyd. guy with a D on the end of it. Anyway, he wrote a really interesting article about how he thought Harbor Freight was really coming up in the tool industry, and he made a point to say, well, they've got all these stores, 1,000+ stores now, and when you talk about them compared to, say, the big boxes like Home Depot and Lowe's, well, all of their floor space is tools and about tools and the like, compared to Lowe's and Home Depot that do just about everything. So the only thing, it was cool what he was saying, is when they were talking about numbers and stuff. Of course, since it's not a publicly traded company, it's privately held by Eric Schmidt. There are no real numbers to look at there, but everybody imagines they're going to be pretty good. So, do you guys get over there to shop a lot, or?
We do here and there. You know what I mean? I'd say here and there. I'd probably say when I can get in there, probably on the average of maybe every couple of weeks, maybe, or something.
Well, what do you think of their lines? Particularly I'm talking about some of the power tool lines, not the lines that have been there forever, but the Bauer and the Hercules.
I'll tell you something. The power tool line, I have a Earthquake 3/8 ratchet, and I'd probably say it stacked up pretty good with others. I have a Milwaukee too, but I'd say it's a good powerful ratchet. Air tool is a little different. Even the Earthquake air tools are actually pretty good too. But as far as power tools, I'd say they're doing a good job.
Yeah, I would say the same thing.
You think the same thing? I am kind of, I've been avoiding all of the Harbor Freight power tool brands, and that's a great thing about not being sponsored by them or getting free stuff from them. I could just, every once in a while I give them a good rap on the beak. And I don't know if you guys saw my video about I did a video about the bumpers that were on the cart. And I think Harbor Freight was kind of out of bounds with it because they were comparing them to Snap-on's bumpers. And it was a good comparison because they're very like products. They look like the same thing, really, right down to the 3M tape to stick them on. The problem was that, I saw it. The problem was that they were comparing their 2 price to Snap-on's price for 4. Or, I'm sorry, their price for 4 for Snap-on's price to 8. So they were only selling half as much. So, they could go half price and still make as much money per product as, per bumper as what Snap-on was. So, actually for a while their Snap-on was cheaper than Harbor Freight, and Harbor Freight changed the price of them. And I got a lot of help from people, hey, what are you doing here? And blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, when I put out, people go crazy about these videos. It's like, just a minute, guys, give me a break here. When I put out that video, they cost more. What was I lying? You saw the picture. I didn't die.
I'll tell you something. If we go into like we're talking again about power tools. Now you can go into to Snap-on and you can get a $1,000 paperweight. You know what I mean, with the batteries, junk, and all this other stuff. And I'll be completely honest with you. You just have a paperweight. And some of the stuff I've seen, we were talking about ratchets earlier. There's been instances where I haven't charged the battery for a pretty good amount of time, and I can grab the thing and put a socket on it and just start taking fasteners off with no problems. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like I said, and then a Snap-on gun. I mean, I like 3 batteries out of 3 of them, maybe two of them half work. The other one's just junk. The red light comes on saying it's no good. So, that's and the batteries are probably $100 and something a piece.
Absolutely.
So, and by the time you know it, you have a paperweight on your hands.
Paperweights.
Yeah.
Well, I think if I was going to go all in with Harbor Freight, I mean, my dream toolbox is going to be Tekton hand tools and Milwaukee power tools, and I think that's everybody. And my backup to Milwaukee will probably be Makita. But
Yep.
I gotta say, I really love how Harbor Freight is doing the obvious with the hybrid tools that will take 120 or a battery.
Yeah.
Got this and the fan so far. They might have other ones, some of their lights or whatever, but I really think that's the way to go.
Yep.
If you can use a power cord, do it, because the one thing we don't talk about enough, I think, on these batteries is they only take so many charges. They only have so many cycles of life in them, and then that's it. You have to replace them.
Yeah, true. Like I said, the whole scenario with the snap-on impact gun, nothing but problems, and like I said, and I go back to it, the 3/8 ratchet, and then a couple of 1/4-inch ratchets, and if you stack the three of them up, I got a Mac, a Milwaukee, and a Harbor Freight, and I'll tell you, between the Harbor Freight and the Milwaukee, those actually probably are the two best ones.
Really?
Yeah. And that's hands down. Using them every day in a oily environment. Working them out pretty good.
It says we need to go back and forth in TDT stream. I don't know what that is.
Clayton, thank you very much. Guys are out there. We have Ed, the old tech guy, and Jay Who out there. I don't know if have you guys seen Ed and Jay's channels?
I have not. No.
You have not. Ed, and you got to go see Jay's channel, because his channel is just every time I go there, I laugh. And his wife and daughter make him the best food. I mean, he works his butt off, but they make him the best food. It's like, man, I'd work my butt off for some of that good food that they bring in. And Ed is an old tech guy, and he, gosh, what can I say about Ed's channel that hasn't already been said? It's the work that Ed puts. You know what? If you want a model of post production, after you've done the filming of your video and stuff, go check out Ed's channel and how he does it, because it's really cool. Some of the stuff he puts. I thought I did a pretty good job in post production with adding stuff to my videos, but Ed's all but the king of that stuff. He's got this new opening that is about the most amazing one I've ever seen out there. It's really good. I don't know where he gets that stuff. Him and Jay cheat just a little bit, though, because they have kids that are really good with multimedia, so they get a lot of help there.
Nice.
It has PVC clippy.
Oh, Ed Duck. That's all. Ed has PVC clippy out. I don't know if you've seen. He has. Do you guys remember the old Windows 7 had that assistant, that paperclip thing?
I think so.
Yeah, Ed tried to adopt that paperclip for his video, and it's trying to kill him. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, he's constantly dodging that thing. It's trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Let's bring us some new Harbor Freights, some more Harbor Freight stuff.
Sure.
We tried filming there the other day, and they said, no, you can't film here.
Yeah, we had a little bit of trouble down there, but we might try it again, see what happens another time.
You know what, Joe? I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to say something really quick about that.
Yeah.
It happened to Jeff at the Den of Tools.
Yeah.
He went in to film, and he got kicked out. I could not find that video on his site now to save my life. But
I remember that video from from a little over a year ago.
And you remember he got a letter from Harbor Freight from Eric Schmidt himself saying, no,
Right.
you can film. There was a misunderstanding. You could film in Harbor Freight. So maybe somebody there didn't get the memo, but I think that's a double standard if they're saying one person can and you can't. It's
Right.
not fair, and they need to make it right. Either nobody can or everybody can. It's
Right. Absolutely.
not all this guy's, we don't know if this guy's going to say good stuff about us or bad stuff about it. Well, that's chance you take, Harbor Freight. So, everybody or nobody.
Right.
That's the way to do it. So, moving along, as I'm on my soapbox, knock it off. You guys are making me so angry. I did a couple of videos. I got the when they came out with it, the Doyle demo screwdrivers, and then I went and bought the 6-piece screwdriver set. And man, I took one of those things and hammered it through a 4x4 just to see if it was as tough as they said it was. And man, that thing really is. Harbor Freight wasn't screwing around. Those Doyle screwdrivers are super nice. They're my go-to now. I've got tons of screwdrivers, but I always go for the Doyle because the precision on them is so nice. The grips are nice. And this is what I was waiting for, was the stubbies. They're calling them electrician stubbies, but electrician stubbies are usually coated on the shaft.
Yeah, a little insulation, extra insulation on there. Yeah.
So I don't know why they're calling these just look like a couple of regular stubbies, but they're definitely something that Doyle had not had yet. So I was glad to see these come out. They're definitely going to be an add to my list. And
they're pretty nice. I can see like they got a nice like Klein design to them, So
I'm glad you said that because I'm a huge Klein fan as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know if our buddy Michael sent us a really nice set of the Hart screwdrivers, and there was a Klein clone in there, and I could not get that shaft to come out of the handle for a long time. It was I thought it was stuck in there, and it just once it broke in, it was fine. But boy, it definitely was not. It was not Klein quality. I've got all three of what I would think would be the standard Klein. That's the regular 6-in-1. I've got the stubby version.
Mhm.
That it's just a 4-in-1, and I believe I've got the precision. And Ed could probably speak to that. The Klein precision screwdriver is so friggin' nice. So
they are, especially if the tips are strong. You know what I mean? Because like we'll end up trying to compress calipers and stuff with them.
Jehu's. And
trying to get through some of these comments here, guys. If
and the old tech guy said that Clippy is out rioting. He's looking for Jehu's house. He just grabbed a bunch of tools from Harbor Freight. They just looted.
Was that this one here? Are you guys able to see some of the comments? You can certainly.
Yes.
You guys can certainly jump in on the comments here. Feel free.
Okay.
I cannot. You guys know I'm blind, so I can't see these things and sit back in the camera. I have to move out of the picture here and get right up on them. So
yeah, I mean they're coming up right underneath the Harbor Freight.
And the old tech guy that Klein tools are the bomb. It's what I used as a network install technician.
So yeah, as I suspected, Ed the old tech guy is a big Klein fan. He's right along there with us. By the way, Clayton and Ed, save your money, but it's much appreciated for anybody that's out there watching. Those super chats are very cool. Thank you very much. They're not solicited, but certainly appreciated. They help with the channel. I just wanted to make an announcement that I do not put commercials in the middle of my videos. Everybody went to that when the metrics on YouTube changed because they were losing revenue. And, that happened to everybody, but I think there's nothing more annoying than a commercial in the middle of your YouTube videos. So I do not put them in there. So all of that.
What is the relevance for that? Is that just to like to help them gain some revenue on the channel? Or?
Yeah, it is because as a monetized YouTube creator,
Yeah.
you of course you can't get over the commercial that YouTube throws in there at the front, but
Mhm.
you get paid by clicks. So what happens is if somebody somebody watches, clicks on whatever, or a YouTube Red member, watches your video and sees that commercial, then they split the revenue. YouTube splits the revenue from that
I got
with you.
you.
So you can see if the only revenue you're getting is off of the commercial at the beginning, you put a commercial in the middle, or at the end you're double or tripling your revenue
You're right.
potential therefore. But
Hey, we're doing it for fun.
that's what my wife says. You're doing it for fun anyway. So stop complaining about the money, you big baby. Vicious woman. Did you guys see my video when she had to go to Harbor Freight?
Which one?
I just did a really short video. We went to Harbor Freight this week, and I threw a real short little video up real quick. Did you guys get to see that?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I haven't seen any videos, but I'm going to check them out.
this is why I love my wife so much, because she will play my silly little game. Right, so it was another new item from Harbor Freight, and this is one I'm definitely going to pick up because the this brawn quality. I kind of was comparing them against the Milwaukee, and I gotta say, man, they're to me they seem to be as good or better.
No, not yet.
They're gonna put those clothes on top of the dryer. They're gonna get all smelly.
Okay.
Do something about the cats and the clothes.
Oh boy.
Oh, man.
Hold on a second.
I'm gonna be Joe Wilson, the neighbor for Tim the Tool Man. I want to be here for Wilson and live next door. Be, just the fence right there and
Yep.
whatever. I want to be that guy. Anyway, yeah. So they have this $1.99. And I don't know if you've seen it. A little while back, they came out with that LED light that they give away to everybody. They came out with a smaller version of that goes on a keychain as well, or has a keychain on it. It's like, I want both of those. I want the light and it's like, wouldn't it be cool if Harbor Freight made like a whole line of these keychain tools that you could just collect or whatever, like the Olight flashlights you collect? I think that would be the bomb. And I'm definitely looking for this. They had a really good picture. The link to their new tool page is out there in the link below for Harbor Freight's new tool pages. So you guys can go look at these if you click on the link. But I'm going to get this one. I'm going to get that little LED light. My wife's like, yeah, you're going to get this and you're going to get that after I get a new Michael Kors purse.
That is not true.
That's what, I made that video and Ed, I made that video and it was a trick, really. We went to Bullhead and I got to go to Harbor Freight, but then I had to go to Hobby Lobby and I had to go to Target and oh man, you talk about knuckles dragging the ground.
That's not
walking
true.
through those places. It's like, it's not true.
He enjoyed it. Don't let him fool you.
Oh yeah, I love Hobby Lobby. It's so special.
Public spaces.
Just like any tool brand. Yeah, Clayton, weren't you going to have a tool haul this last weekend? I don't remember seeing it. Did I miss it? Clayton has his channel, you guys, and he was going to have a Harbor Freight tool haul. So if you're into the YouTube stuff and you want to see how to get links, tool hauls are a good way to get.
I actually, on my old channel, I actually had maybe 2 or 3 of them.
Of the Harbor Freight tool hauls.
Yeah, not Harbor Freight, but just in general. Actually, one of them maybe had a couple of things from Harbor Freight in there, but mostly flea market tool haul.
Well, I saw your Wait, let me see if I can say it right. I saw your video with the icon tools, and we're going to get into those.
Yes.
Did I get that pronunciation right? Is that Bostonian for saw?
What's that?
Sawer?
Pretty close.
So anyway, I had to laugh when I saw this out there because Barbara Brady's like, sometimes I think they're just experiment. They're like, let's see if we can go over to our contacts over in China and buy the stupidest thing we could find and throw it out on our website and see if somebody's dumb enough to buy it. They wanted $15 for this thing. I think my wife and I just got back from Walmart. They had like one of those center aisle things full of these for like $10, wasn't it? Just under $10. For one of these wireless chargers. So that kind of makes me giggle whenever Harbor Freight does this. It's like they're just testing the market to see if somebody knows how much you can actually get these for. I think they sometimes I think they just lean on the fact that we take it for granted that everything there is cheaper than someplace else, and sometimes it is, but as a
right
here, not everything is right.
Right.
So that is, there's some other new stuff out there. I think they've got a cool auto darkening helmet out there, Lakes to Land, and Evan would probably love that. They've got a new self-darkening welding helmet out there with flames and stuff on it. Everybody likes that. It's like, why does somebody want to work with something so dangerous as welding and then have flames on their helmet?
I actually have the not the Vulcan one, but the regular the regular Harbor Freight one, Chicago welding. Actually isn't that bad. I think
that's what Lakes to Land said. Here is the other thing I wanted to throw out and see what you thought of this, Joe. Now, I'm a big Tekton tool fan.
Okay.
So there's a link to this, by the way, out there. And I think you said the icon set, which, by the way, you mentioned Catus Maximus.
Yes.
Had done a video on that 5-piece set.
2 weeks prior to mine, I think it was.
2 weeks prior to yours.
I believe so, yes.
You did one, and I saw yours a day or two ago or recently, whatever, and I did want to mention and go back to it, but they still don't have it on their website. So
that's pretty interesting because, a set like that, to be honest with you, there are many kinds. Platinum, Easy Red, of course, Tekton. There are so many out there. I'm surprised they don't.
I like the ratchet one you have. You can take off the ends and put anyone on there. That was pretty cool. At least I thought it was pretty cool.
They are a lot of times different.
I was surprised they even made a ratchet like that. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that the and let me see if I get this straight. I thought the icons I thought those were just beautiful, man. And
Jay,
Simon.
sure which handle screwdriver is best when you grease and use the oil on your hands. That's from Jehu for Joe.
Jehu was asking which wanted to ask Joe which handle, what type of. I think he means type of screwdriver handle. I already have an idea, Joe. He wanted to know what type of screwdriver handle has the best grip when you have like grease or oil on your hands.
Well, I would say I'd probably say the Icon ones are pretty nice. Very comparable to the Snap-on. They have the great good comfort grip. Justin Dow actually did a review on them probably back in the winter time. I think those probably to me are the best.
I was thinking the softer rubber handled as well.
Mm-hmm.
And why Hart wanted to make white. I know that's their colors, the blue and white or whatever, but man, you get a little oil on those things, they ain't coming back, guys.
No.
So anyway, I thought you said, I wanted to make sure of this, Joe. I thought you said the Icon set you paid did you say Harbor Freight was wanting like $150 for them?
Yep. It's about, yep.
Okay, so here, this is cool. The Tekton set here, this 6-piece is $160, and I didn't find a prime version of it, so there might be shipping on this as well. But $160, and there are no skips.
So it includes the probably the 11 and 12 then.
Yeah, so it goes 8 to what was it, 19 or whatever, and no skips.
8 to 9. Okay, because I have a freight leaves out the 11 millimeter, which you really don't use that much, but it's a skip.
Well, it's got the 9 and the 11, which was. So I remember hearing people say that Toyota guys need that 9 millimeter one, but they're the only ones. It's like,
yeah, I mean that's
I'm Scotty Kilmer for. So, I found these and I was noticing. I was telling my wife when we were at Harbor Freight, and I saw those there. I didn't look real close at them, but I said, I would think for that kind of money, you would get a graduation from the longest to the shortest that's even.
It would be an ideal in an ideal world, yes, but I mean, as far as I agree with you, that comment you left the other day, I would have liked to see a little bit longer lengths on some of them, but they decided to do what they wanted to do. But
that 10 millimeter one's going to disappear in no time at all anyway.
Yeah.
So,
well, not
you won't have it that long. It'll be lost soon now. So
also with the platinum ones, the 13, I think it's 13 and 15. Those break all the time. The guy I work with, he's probably warranted that wrench.
I saw that too.
3 or 4 times, anyways, in about a year.
okay.
So,
all right. Well, I mean, fair enough, I suppose. What else do we have here? Hey, let's move on. Joe, Jehu, I don't know. I saw some weird thing going on with Justin's live stream, but I do not know what was going on over there or how he is. So hopefully he's okay. I call him a kid because I'm old, and so everybody's a kid that's younger than I am, and so.
Oh, Justin just checked in.
That's everybody. Oh, okay. Well, Justin's checking in here, so there you go, Jay. See, JD's right there. He's good to go. Oh yeah, here we go. And so we had already talked about it, Joe. But I'm gonna trample on your thing here. Does this look familiar? There you go.
Yes.
So everybody, this is, and again, Joe's channel is down below. Not a new channel because Joe's been around and started his shortly after mine. About 600 viewers. I think the guy that was my fan before you was Ed, the old tech guy, was there before you. So when you joined, that probably made 2. I don't know how you guys managed to subscribe 300 times a piece, but I appreciate you very much for doing that. You guys stay up all night, join and make a new channel so you can come and subscribe.
Well, to be honest with you, I appreciate you having us on here because a lot of times that doesn't happen.
Well, yeah, I think it'd be great. And I can't remember if I discussed this with Jay or Ed or some of the other guys, but I think it's a really good idea and I would like to see a bigger channel do it actually.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and like I said, I love your channel, and I've seen some of your the guests you've had on your live streams. Very interesting.
Yeah, I tell you what, I could have really gotten stupid when JD came on because I was just I've always been a huge fan of his channel, and I call him a kid, he's not a kid. I like the kid. I love his family. He's just got the best family, and I'm kind of shunning him for a little bit because he last time I saw him, a couple of videos ago, he was selling the Princess wagon, and it's like, no, sometimes cars are part of the family, JD, and you can't sell the Princess wagon and that kind of thing. But anyway, should I start with the big one, Joe?
Sure.
So here we go. Joe has I'm going to say the Tool Guys Realm channel. Your Snap-on, the Icon, and even the Harbor Freight stuff. And
we give everybody a chance.
brief, you guys, look at this card. Now, obviously, you do some wrenching, Joe. So remember when the white cards came out, a lot of people were saying, oh, white mechanic wants a white card, all the crazy fingerprints and stuff on it. Is that a problem?
It can be. It can be. If you look close at that, I'm sure you'll probably see you see some smudges on it, stuff like that. The Space Ghost actually inspired me, to do that. And,
the Space Ghost card.
That's right. Yes. So you're looking at something, a product of that.
Well, now
Cool. I like that. I like the shark.
the shark and almost like silhouetted thing is about the coolest thing. What you got to tell us? Where does the shark come from?
Well, we get. I just like I said, when I was thinking of the white cards, I said to myself, well, this we do something interesting with this, and there's God only knows how many things that could be done, and ideas. And I was like, what about great white sharks? We get a lot of them on Cape Cod. You guys get a lot of them Pacific Coast, so we got we're starting to get a ton of them on Cape Cod, Massachusetts. So I said, how about Great White Sharks limited edition? And that's how it all came about.
Well, that is a really cool idea. Great White Shark card. I get it. I follow it.
Yep.
What do you guys think of Joe's? Now, you can go over and see his video. I do not have a link to the video, but I have a link to Joe's channel where he goes through. But I'm throwing spoilers out here because guess what? It's my show. I'll do what I want. Back off me. Back off. Anyway, I was so.
And the other thing too is I said this is probably going to blow someone's mind sooner or later.
Yeah, it definitely did mine. I'm like, oh wow, this is like a billboard for Harbor Freight. It's like, man. Now, so is this vinyl?
It's all we're all vinyl lettering. What we did is we just switched everything over. And you had mentioned don't use goof off, which I took your advice. I didn't use goof off. So, but got everything clean, and that actually has a back to it too. A couple of the other videos I have, the back is lettered as well. I don't know if you've seen them or not.
I do have another shot of that, and thanks for running for me, Joe. But anyway, just for that, I'm going to tell you the reason I know that this must be vinyl or something like that is that Joe's handwriting can't be that good.
Oh no!
With the crayons, that is.
My handwriting would look like a child did it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not done in crayon, so we know Joe didn't do it.
Exactly. No red crayon.
Got that big 101 box now, don't you, Joe? Let me put another one up. Because I tell you what, I just absolutely love this thing. It is the pictures. I am positive that the pictures do not do it justice.
I got a few of the videos I did. I got some nice close-ups of.
So here's the back, right?
That's the back
of the cart, and again the East Coast and the Great White Shark, and I was premature on this. I actually had another thing I wanted to put here, but on either side here, you have some of this chrome stripping that you put on it.
It's actually on the back. Probably when you look inside the car, it's also inside of the car too, where the dividers are.
Here we go. There we go.
Yeah, if you look real close and where those screwdrivers are,
Right.
there are a couple in there, and then if you jump to the other side, same thing.
And you've got it all around the top lid.
Yep, all around the top lid and the closing part of the lid too.
The other mod that I just loved was how you used the magnet, and I wanted you to let everybody know. I'm guessing that you probably had to ring those bolt holes for the magnet strip out just a little bit to get the bolts to work in it.
That was actually yes, that was actually the length of that magnet you can get away with, as you know, with the conjunction of the bolts, and you can actually take them out, put them back in, and reassemble them, and you have that for like clothes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that modification before.
I found out that modification from Toolhead 147. That it was a long time ago, and he was the very first one I saw do that. He did it as a back-to-back magnet hack, so that you didn't have to drill holes in the top of your toolbox to put the magnets on there.
I went up a little higher so you could get crow's feet on each side.
Yeah, and so I saw it did not occur to me to put them on the inside of like this and use them inside there, but I saw him. He had the idea. Hey, look at this. If you guys try it, these are just the same width as the cart, and so you can use the bolts from the cart to bolt them on the outside. And I think his idea was using them. You know how to you get stuff that hang in those holes banging around when you move the cart, and so he used them in back, right there to keep those. They would stick to it or whatever, the shafts of the pry bars and.
I have actually, when you had mentioned a comment a while back on that too, I think it was pure genius myself.
Exactly. So
I remember that comment.
So I'm guessing you have metric on one side and English on the other then, right, Joe?
What's that?
You probably have metric on one side and English on the other?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So
Yep.
I know you had them on the other side too. So.
Exactly. It's formatted like that just so if you're dealing with either or, easy accessibility, and you can just pull them right. You can just pull them right off there.
So here's the other cool mod that I'm going to share with everybody. Oh, look, Scotty Kilmer saw it. Ed the old tech guy. Scotty Kilmer saw it.
Wow.
I don't know if you've seen Scotty Kilmer, but every video, his card is like, pointing to what's in the back of him. It's like, did you green screen that? And, he mirrors it. So it's always this exact same shot of Scotty, even though whatever he's pointing at in the background changes. So he's probably got a fan group that will probably come after me. So don't send your boys over to kill me, Scotty. I'm just playing, man. So this was the other hack that I thought was very cool. There's a little bit of standout for the tray, the side tray. So it looks like what you did here was you drilled holes and you bolted a mag bar here so you could set stuff down there without having it fall off.
Right. If you look at the top section of that, you can actually use that as a mag tray. You can set a few sockets up on it. You can set a few ratchets up on it. Anything you just don't want to do is fall down. And then as you know, there's other modifications in that whole side tray as well.
This is, by the way, for you guys that weren't here earlier, Eric back there is Joe's cameraman. So these are great shots, by the way.
Yeah.
Great help. He was really thinking about this, the guy who's going to come out here and steal it like I was doing. Throw these shots up there so you guys can all see them. So let me see. I think that was everything in my little goodie bag here. I'm just watching a picture of this. We'll put that one back up. Well, we've got to do that. And then we'll put that one back up. So I think what I'd like to do is let's throw this over. If anybody has some, some questions here for Joe. What's the profession, Joe?
Automotive technician.
Oh, fantastic! So I just bought a 2018 F-150, and I use that YA102 dive tool, and it says that it's not going to pass emission. I think there's probably. I don't want to say it's wrong, but I sure hate to think I bought a new truck and it's not going to pass emission.
I would say it's probably almost probably California emissions, right?
Yeah, everything out here in Arizona, it's gonna have California
emissions because basically down here in Mass, we got once 15 years. Like most of my cars are 15 years old, so we don't have to worry about emissions. But yeah, it gets a little tough. Definitely gets a little tough.
So looks like
Ed.
Ed, the old tech guy here, wants to know what has helped you grow your channel.
To be quite honest, probably you, because I've been just shooting some videos here and there, and that's about it. I haven't had too many lookovers, but the few videos I have that have a lot of views were on were like tours and stuff like that. Good tours of the boxes and stuff like that.
What are you shooting the video and audio with?
Actually, like just like one of these. Like, oops, sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, not before it's a tablet, but like this is almost like a GoPro. It's not a GoPro, but it's
something.
Just a smaller video camera.
Jay, who said your favorite Transformer?
Jay who collects Transformers, so you don't have to play a silly little game if you don't want. I could make him go stand in the corner.
Bumblebee.
Yep, I have to agree with that.
You'll go with Bumblebee?
Yep.
With Bumblebee.
I'll agree with that.
I would have guessed you were a Starscream guy myself.
Jay, who also asked East Coast food?
Oh, East Coast food. Okay, remember you're talking to a Chicago guy here. So,
Don't be saying none of that New York pizza.
that ketchup and bread that those guys call pizza out there.
We'll get into Manhattan clam chowder or New England clam chowder stuff like that.
There you go. We'll take
They
that.
also asked him, does he have smaller channels?
Here we say pizza, but in Maine they call it pie. I don't know what happens when you want an actual pie, but
Right. They're trying to confuse us with their words. So I can hear Ed laughing at that one. You're laughing, aren't you, Ed? As it turns out, probably helping with other channels, absolutely, I would say yes, right? Because Eric is putting his channel together. Can you give us an idea of content?
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a little of everything. A little remote control fast trucks, and I'm gonna be doing fishing videos. I'm gonna be doing a little everything.
Oh, Grim's gonna love you. Has anybody seen Grim tonight, guys? Because Grim would love Eric's channel.
Justin Dow asked Joe if he's going to be a Tampa Bay fan now that Brady has left New England.
Uh-oh.
Justin went there.
That's a good question, JD.
Oh boy.
You're in the hot seat now.
You better
Oh.
have the wagon, JD, or no more. Don't make me silence you, my friend.
Well, let's put it this way: we got Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay. Gronk more than likely is going to follow suit. So, yeah.
I want to live next door to Gronk.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be I'd never come home. I go to Gronk's house every day, man. Like,
Gronk is a fun guy. He is a fun guy.
I bet he is.
He is.
And
He's pronouncing it wrong.
It's clam chowder.
Yep, that's right.
so Clayton is saying he really likes how you. I loved that idea too, Clayton. I thought that was so cool. I couldn't hardly wait to steal it and call it my own. But now I'm pointing out Joe's channel, so you guys can go out there and see how Joe did it. But that
I put a lot of twists on that card. I mean, there's a lot of them.
it did not occur to me to put those magnets on the inside like that. That was a really good idea to get extra space out of that. And using a crow's foot on them, it's like the perfect place to put them.
Well, if you think about it, when you have the crow's feet, a lot of times they get all over the place. So the best way to store them, if you put it on a rail, it's just gonna clog up your drawers. So you're better off keeping them some way out of the way. So when you open and close the drawers, they're not gonna jump out and keep them from opening and stuff like that. So that's where that idea came about.
Oh, brilliant. That, when I was young and hungry and YouTuber, I had brilliant ideas like that too. But all I got was scorn. Scorn
And the old tech guy said, I didn't hear any of that. All I heard was the bears.
Yeah.
The bears. I'm with you, Ed.
Whenever I used to be a consultant in Chicago, and in Chicago, that accent they have out there. We're talking about Joe's New England accent there, and Norm Abrams and all the good old TV shows back when. Anyway, in Chicago they have their own accent, and so he said the whole time that we were talking about Justin Dallas West, and there all he heard was the Bears. But see, they don't just say, in Chicago you got to drop your shoulder and your head, and the Bears. You're usually shaking your head at the same time, the Bears. So, but we still got Mike Ditka's. I don't know if Mike Ditka's is still out there, but Mike Ditka's makes a paddle steak. Have you ever had one of those, Joe?
No, never have.
Mike Ditka's restaurant. You talk about a guy's restaurant. He's got a cigar bar upstairs, and downstairs he's got this restaurant. He makes this paddle steak. So it's a ribeye steak, and it's still attached to the rib bone. So you eat it like a popsicle. It's like a meat popsicle. So let's see you guys do that with clam chowder. Do that with clam chowder.
No.
So have you traveled any? I mean, you're all the way on the East Coast. How far out this way have you gotten before it got too hot and you turned around and went back home?
Never been out to the West Coast. I always wanted to, but never got out that way. My wife from my daughter had been out there, but I never have. I've always wanted to go out there.
Oh man, some famous guy once said, "I wish they could all be California girls." I married one, by the way. So I got me one of those. So it's. I mean, I've been just about everywhere, and I've been everywhere, man. And yeah, the West Coast is just, why that's why everybody wants to be there. But I got to tell you, I love those Harrison Ford, the Harrison Ford version of the Tom Clancy movies. When he's on one of who's the character he plays on those Tom Clancy movies, the spy movies or whatever.
Oh.
Anyway, he has
I forgot.
yeah, like Patriot Games and those the like, and I can't remember if it was Clear and Present Danger or Patriot Games, but he was he had that beautiful house on the New England coast, and it's like, and so whenever you talk to somebody that lives back there, it's like,
Yeah.
those beautiful houses on the New England coast. It's like, yeah, that's where everybody in New England lives, right?
No.
We're probably where we are here. We're probably maybe, I don't know, maybe a half hour from the Atlantic Ocean, so not too bad. Not too bad.
That's unfortunate.
Well, golly, we can be on the California beach in about 5 hours. Everybody drives 100 miles an hour, so it could be 5 minutes.
Yeah, about a half hour for us.
I get there in an hour and a half.
Here's some, just in case you were wondering. My wife says, just follow the sun, Joe. So, plans for the channel, are you going to keep doing what you're doing? Being a tech guy, it was funny, I did, the reason I'm asking this is I did a video on the new tool creeper that Harbor Freight had.
As a matter of fact, I want to say something about that. Great tool.
Yeah, it is. It's you know what? I got it. It's just, something to do a video on or whatever. And it turned out, gosh, why didn't they think of this before? That thing is a fantastic idea. And it's got a place to stick the magnetic, it's got a metal strip so you can put a magnetic light or whatever on there. Yeah, great tool. Anyway, I did that, and man, a few people came at me sideways like, why didn't you finish showing how to change the oil on that Escape? I'm like, what? It's about the tool. Damn, you guys.
Well, I found it to be pretty nice. Like I had a few jobs going on, and basically, I think I had probably three cars down here at the house, and I was going from one to the other, and it's great. I could keep going and not stopping, and just keep the jobs going.
Oh, okay. Well, I would sure watch it. And we were talking about Brian over at Redemption Garage. I don't know if you've seen.
I've seen this channel before.
You've seen his channel.
Yeah.
One of my things is these guys that are out there. It's like, did they get started like I did, or is it just over the length of time or whatever? And what was funny is he never revisited it, but it looked to me like his big breakout video was how to change an alternator on a specific model car or something like that way back when. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he's done anything else. And it's like, wow, man, that thing, it was his breakout video. So, being a tech guy, and absolutely, as far as these carts and stuff go now, we have a tendency, Joe, to crowd. I think you would probably agree, to crowd these 5-door tool carts because you think you need everything, and there might be a handful of stuff you went in there. I think having a tech like yourself mm-hmm. actually come out there and say, this is the must-haves on your cart. You can have all, your socket organizers and all this other stuff, but really, if you want to make it down and dirty and quick, especially if you have a 4-drawer cart or the new single drawer that just came out, 16-inch or whatever, this is what you should put on a cart.
Yep.
And Clayton actually answered a video I had, and that probably has to do with, I'm giving away one of my future projects here.
Wants to know if the clothes are smelly.
Oh, did you see it? Where is that?
It's just above Justin Dell's.
Justin, thanks for the beer money. I'm done, by the way, so Justin, that's enough beer to kill me. So thanks, bro. Ed, the old tech guy, had a question for you here.
Fair.
Hey, Justin is probably going to want to know what you're drinking, Joe.
Miller Lights. Oh, there we go.
Well, there you have it, Justin. He's a Miller Lite man.
Miller time.
I remember when I was a 20 or 30 something, and Genuine Draft came out. Oh,
MGD. Yep.
I thought I went to go home and get drunk heaven right then and there, man. It's like, what? I don't have to go and get drafted
Jay
anymore.
was asking when his buddy's
Oh,
drunk, and you have to slow
Miller High Life, champagne and beers.
start on that.
Why don't you come around here and you get on the questions for everybody? Got a question for Eric, I think, here. You got an idea for your channel, what your channel's going to be yet, or?
I don't have a name for it yet, but I'm gonna have it up soon.
I think too, a series on, as much as, the new guys asked, I think it'd be cool to do a small series on, obviously, there are websites and stuff where you can go and do these intros and stuff. I don't know if that's how Ed did his, but, what is there a down and dirty, quick, easy way to get some of these pro quality, in one place, one video, the 5 things you can do to start off your YouTube channel, get your theme, etc. Set up your media sharing, set up this, do this, go here and get your logo, your brand recognition in case you get to sell merchandise later. Because what I didn't think about is merchandising, and I don't think my logo is going to lend itself well to merchandise, because who wants that cartoon mug on their face? It's like, good Lord, son, all these, big tough guys go with my cartoon face on their t-shirt. I don't think that's going to sell. But maybe a coffee mug on that guy from The Office that burned the place down or whatever, Office Space.
Yeah, the way I see it, if they like your channel enough, they'll buy the stuff. That's my view on it.
Well, that's true. That's true. So try that. What did Justin say?
I'd have to say that.
Justin is trying to contribute to my demise over here.
1 minute 40 minutes. That's much better, Justin. And tell your lovely wife I said hi. She's amazing.
Why are you giving my wife money, JD? You trying to sell something? Trying to sell something? Come over here.
Hey, he knows. Happy wife, happy life.
I live by that.
Justin's dad, I think Justin's dad started his channel. Justin's dad is the home handyman. I don't know if you've seen his channel, but he started his channel. I think he did the channel after Justin.
I've actually seen his father's channel a few times. I mean, as far as Justin's channel, I've tuned into it a lot.
I cracked up. Did you see? I'm talking smack about you, JD. So go ahead and come over here and give me a rap on the nose if you want. But Justin drilled out I think he was making a breaker bar and trying to make it a flex head breaker bar or something like that. It was actually brilliant, but it was not as easy to do as what you would think it was going to be easy to do. There's guys out there that just make it look easy. That's what I always love about Justin's channel is he doesn't cut and paste anything, and cut stuff out. You see every bit of difficulty he's having. And he had the hardest time with the drill bits. It's like, Justin, you need to watch more of your dad's channel. Man, I learned so much about using drill bits and cutting oil and everything from his dad. It's like, man, it's painful watching the kid do that.
And your tech guy wants to draw.
I've actually had I don't know if you've seen it, Dale, but I have a segment on my channel, Tack Thursday. Did you end up seeing that or not?
I did see a couple of those videos. Remember, I think I commented and we were talking. Mm-hmm. I didn't bring it up, but everybody, if you go out and see his Tack Thursday real quick, check out the vice scripts that he made. So what does that mean, tack? Thursday?
Think about certain tools Thursday.
Okay.
And I try to do it on Thursdays when I can.
So tack is like, your gear Thursday type thing.
Yeah, I call it think about certain tools Thursday. So these are tools that like people look at, they can identify, probably ones that I can't sometimes. And someone out there would know the answers to what they are.
And those were real USA made vice grips then, right? So-
Channel locks. It has a 19 millimeter nut attached to it, welded to it. And what I end up doing is when I'm adjusting tie rod sleeves for an alignment, I can crank it down and you get a good amount of pressure. And if the sleeve is where, we're in the rust belt here, but if they're pretty locked up, you can actually work them free.
Right. And you said you also can back that, you can back that nut out a little bit and you could put a slide hammer on there.
You can, yes. If you thread, usually it's a 5/8 onto it. You usually put like a 5 pound, usually a 5 pound slide hammer onto it. You could you get like axles free, CV axles, things like that. I've used that before. Different types of pulling applications.
Yeah, I would think, our razor used to use CV axles and you had problems with it, but it was usually just a push in and give it a quick jerk type thing to get
usually there's a hidden clip inside there in the transaxle.
And so you've had a situation there in the rust belt or whatever where you had to maybe take a slide hammer and get a little more oomph on it.
Exactly.
Okay, great.
It doesn't come down to it all the time, but once in a while you get some.
Very cool.
Yeah. So some of the other stuff that's on there. Well, one of them I was actually made it to Brian from Redemption Garage's channel. I found these Craftsman sockets with some knurls on the top of them. I don't know if they're the 80s. Or maybe earlier than that, maybe 70s possibly, or even earlier. But he started looking into it, but I still haven't heard back from him. And then I just made the video on it,
Right. Well, if you were, we've got an audience out here. I'm not sure how many people are watching, but if you said, if you want to see Joe Burgess' best video, see this video, what would that be?
What is that?
Which video?
If you're asking me which one do you think was?
Yeah, if you were going to tell everybody out there that's listening, if they were going to go to your channel and they wanted to see your best video, what you think is your best video, which one of them would it be?
I would more than likely say that it's probably the toolbox tour one because that gets the most views. I would say.
Everybody else seems to like it, but is that your favorite one too, or?
I mean, it probably is because on my original channel I try to do one, but it didn't come out so good. So I was stumbling around. I was trying to hold up the camera, everything shaking, and it wasn't going so good. So this is like all the stuff on my new channel right now is all redos almost.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to throw out there also, Junior Kelly, if you are still here, he had sent me an email, and he said that this, how big was that tool set? 432 piece or
Something
36
like that,
piece?
yeah.
430 some piece tool set. He ended up picking up this thing for like $120 on clearance at Home Depot. So if you guys go to Home Depot, check out the clearance in case they have that big Husky. I'm going to ask you, Joe, what you think about Huskies. So be nice to me because I like Husky. But I did go to my Home Depot and looked, and yeah, they want 400, almost $500 for that thing. So I'm not going to get one. What do you think of the Husky tools, Joe?
I actually think they still make good tools.
Yeah, I was kind of, that's what I said. If I was going to say I had a champagne budget or a beer budget, my champagne budget would probably be Tekton.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first took my wife to was like a farm supply store or something in Vegas that you could go and buy Tekton off the shelf. And we went and looked at it, gleaming in the sunlight beauty of the fluorescent lights. I coined the phrase and told her it's man jewelry.
I'd have to agree with you. It is. It definitely is.
They are beautiful tools. And so that would be my champagne, but I think my beer budget is probably Husky. And I gotta say, you know, coming up as a kid, you know, I've had tools my whole life, and mostly tools that I've just had to scrape up, or someone's given me, or a tool here, a tool there, and just any hodgepodge of tools. You know, like yourself, if it works, that's what you're going to get. And it's funny that Justin is a tool guy too, you know, a tech guy, and he does the same thing. He does not stick to a brand of tools. What he has brands he likes, but he gets the tool that he likes to use for the job.
Right.
And, you know, but for a brand tool, and I hate to say DIY because I think in my humble opinion, I think that Husky is just a little bit above the DIY.
Yeah, it's still a good tool. I definitely agree with you. I actually made a video about, you know, making upsets a few videos back, and that's kind of incorporating like all different types of brands. You know, just you know, a lot of times, you know, like flea market sets.
So yeah, and who is it that somebody else gets so much of it? You know who else gets a lot of stuff that way?
Mm-hmm.
Is Chris over at Client Graphics.
Mm-hmm.
He does a lot of pawn shopping and estate sales and that kind of stuff.
Never seen those, but I have to say I've seen like a few of his like you know, like other stuff. You know, haven't seen any of those though.
You know, Chris does a lot of stuff. I tease Chris a lot about, you know, the sheer numbers of tools he breaks, you know, for the cause. But Ed the old tech guy did a similar video. He created a contraption called Darth Ratchetus that he tests sockets and ratchets and the like on. And it is a very fun, cool video, very fast paced, you know, and you know, Chris is very technical and detail oriented. Not Ed boy, man. I mean, he's a tech guy and he's detail oriented, but when it came to Darth Ratchetus, he just got in there and broke some crap, man. He said, watch this, ping! And some very surprising results too, because he did some, I don't want to give it away because I want people to go out there and watch this video, but he did some kind of, I wouldn't have thought of that type comparisons of ratchets and things like that. So as far as, you know, while we're throwing out advertisement, JD's channel, Justin Dowd's channel, you know, as a guy that's going to watch that type of thing, Joe, I like that, you know, he doesn't just do one thing. You know, he shows, you know, Jeff's tool truck, you know, and he talks about, you know, how the credit works or this compared to that and that sort of stuff. And I don't know if you've seen when Justin, I talked about this before, when Justin got his icon box given to him. I was rolling on the floor. I was laughing so hard because he just could not believe that thing was coming off the truck and going into his garage. So
that's a good thing. I seen that myself.
It was priceless. So I love his channel, but I really like the tech stuff he gets into. And I can't say that, you know, a ton of YouTube guys would, but man, I sure would like to see, I'd like to be able to do more of that stuff. I'd like to see more of that type of stuff. So that's stuff that I'd watch, but I don't think I'd watch a tool channel that was nothing but that.
Yeah, you got to mix it up a little bit. Like on mine, once in a while, I'll throw in like I think a couple of days ago, I just kind of did like you know, I'm doing a repair video, and then you know, then I'll do others as well. You know what I mean? I did I did one on a format of management and like dealership politics versus independent shop politics, things like that. So I kind of mixed it up a little bit.
That's a good one.
Yep.
That's a good one. I think I've seen something
Yep.
like that.
And I was all straightforward. I basically told my story as far as my situations, as far as being in one scenario to another, and how they work and what you should watch out for and what's good, what's bad.
Oh, a little helpful note here for Eric back there. The video or whatever audio you're using tonight works a lot better than what it's working on the videos.
Oh,
I noticed the videos, the audio quality was kind of hard to hear sometimes, but man, you're loud and clear tonight.
oh good.
A different thing that you're using for the video or what, but you can hear it real good tonight.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I was going to also request before we get off here, if you could do you said the yellow cart was on another channel
that was on my original channel before I did the redo, because I was using a tablet and the tablet kind of crapped out on me.
Oh, okay.
Then I started using this. So,
So basically, the videos that were on his tablet, he can't pull them up.
Oh,
So
you
basically,
exactly.
You can't get into that channel now, so you can't download the video.
Exactly. So I just fresh start, redid the whole thing over again, because I couldn't get on there. I had some subscribers on there, but I just couldn't get back onto it.
There is a software out there that's worth every penny of it, and I'll probably get in trouble. I might get a black mark here from YouTube for putting it out there, but the software is called Ummy, UMMY, video downloader that will capture YouTube videos. So maybe if you could still get on the channel and watch the video, you could grab it and bring it over to your other channel.
Yeah, I kind of liked them, so that way I could bring them on to my new channel. You know what I mean? Because I basically had to start from 0 subscribers and up, from now. Just because.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like every video it's on there, it's all brand new.
On my computer and want to test it out. That's cool.
Oh. Hey, you guys want to meet JD?
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin, let me, you know what? I am going to drop out of here and let you guys think you can talk to our guys for a minute out there so I can back out of here and go send JD a copy of the link to join us?
Sure.
Okay. Let me back out of here. It's all yours.
All right. Thanks.
here you go. Show him how to drink a beer. Do you have the volume on this turned up?
No, it's on the computer.
No, I know. I'm just asking.
Oh yeah, that's on there.
Sorry about that. I you guys could host for a while here. I didn't know Joe was going to give drinking. What'd you say, Eric? You show him how to drink a beer. I thought he was going to come in full clothes and shows how to shoo the cat away. And that was so
Definitely a lot of interesting stuff going on.
Yeah, right. It would be fun to hang out at Joe's house, see what's going on here.
Absolutely. This guy will tell you.
So what is he not telling us then, Eric? So what? Okay, so JD has what's he got? He's got his ninja and golly, I'm drawing a blank now. He's got a ninja and he's got a.
Here's a question for.
Oh wait, we got a question. Here comes JD. What's the question?
Hey man, favorite impact wrench from Ed, the old tech guy.
The old tech guy. Your favorite impact wrench?
Oh, I got a very interesting answer for this question. Basically, I'd probably have to say the Harbor Freight Extreme Torque.
That earthquake?
Yeah.
Earthquake. Whoa, boy, you just sideswiped me there. I did not see that coming.
Yeah. And the reason why I say that is because the other ones, we want to talk about paperweights, they get rebuilt more than you're using them.
I'm going to bring in JD now, and I think Justin. I think he had something. Justin, he just had this. I think he's seen Ed's question, and he just informed me. Joe was saying that you guys are going to have to get a little friendlier there, Joe. Another way to get this. Well, you can see it now, but I got. How's that? That works better. So he just floored me because Joe floored me because he said the Extreme Torque earthquake from Harbor Freight, and I guess that makes sense. I remember you had a problem with the battery coming loose on that Milwaukee, right? And so you really like the DeWalt. Justin?
Me?
Yeah. Yeah, so
I thought you were asking Joe. I was going to say, I don't know if Joe can read the comments or not because Ed, the old tech guy, was asking a question earlier. But the DeWalt, yeah, I've been favoring it a little bit because I've been waiting for my batteries to come back from Milwaukee. I did get one back, but I've been using the DeWalt so long, I just kind of keep on using it to see how well it stacks up over time. So I currently have both of them at work. But I'm putting one through more testing than the other just to see where the fail point is.
What do you think Jeff would say if he were asked that question?
I mean, Jeff has a pretty good tie-in with Milwaukee. I don't think he has much that he's going to be selling through DeWalt. That's more of a Home Depot special. I will say that DeWalt does not offer the amount of lineup that Milwaukee does. So it's a bit hard to jump on the DeWalt platform when they only really offer the 1/2 inch and 3/8 impact, and they don't offer really much anything else that would be geared towards automotive where Milwaukee does.
Well, I just thought everybody went crazy for the fuel the M12 fuel 3/8 stubby.
That's a nice tool.
Yeah, I thought everybody loved. What about that one, Joe?
I definitely trust Milwaukee products, so I got really nothing bad to say about their products. So I mean, believe it or not, like I said, the only products that bombed on me was Snap-on actually. And like I said, I end up with a bunch of paperweights because you have $1,000 gun and you have like batteries that are $100 a piece, and you got 3 bad batteries.
Yeah, and I think that Jeff will say over at the Dinner Tools, he will say that you know, a lot of that's probably because they have the patent, and everybody that wants to kind of copy them has to. Am I getting that right, Justin? That everybody that wants to.
Yeah, they have to pay for the cop. They have to pay a license agreement for using the lithium platform. So the batteries is the one thing that everyone's kind of going after and copying, because really there's nothing else, bar none, better than that at this point in time in the market. And so they do hold a copyright on that license agreement for the lithium battery, which they have to receive proceeds from other tool brands that are trying to incorporate that into theirs.
But
Much like
apparently,
the Flash Drive Plus that Snap-on did, and eventually they let it go, so now everyone can.
You guys take a shot before you go to bed.
Yeah.
apparently Earthquake is not having that similar issue though. So I mean, if that's the big thing that Joe didn't like about these other brands, then you know, especially Milwaukee, then that apparently is not a problem with Earthquakes then, right? I didn't like how they had to have you know, different batteries. At least with the M12 platform, you can use the same battery for the ratchet that you use for the you know, the stubby ratchet. You know, the hand ratchet, you know, the 3/8 versus the stubby gun uses the same battery, but with Earthquake you have to use different ones.
I'll tell you one thing. In a year's time, I used the impact gun with the 3 batteries fully charged. Took out a differential out of a Lincoln Town car in the junkyard, and now a year later, I'm lucky if I get 2 batteries to even charge and work. And then one of them, you press the trigger, and the anvil barely spins.
Oh no.
Yep. So that's why I said paperweights.
Expensive. You said expensive paper.
Exactly.
What are you drinking?
A little bit of Budweiser tonight.
Nice.
I will agree with the paperweight platform. It's not only limited to tools, but also cell phones, which have like a 2-year time frame. Same thing with laptops and computers, unless you buy a new hard drive and
Yep.
have software issues updated like I had to do.
Yep.
You know, they're really only good for a couple years. And I think the reason why they're doing that is because they intentionally want you to get so fed up with it, you buy the newest, latest, greatest model and ditch the old one. So that's just the way it's going to ever be.
Couldn't have said 100% better, my friend.
Cell phones for sure are that way, and they've caught them doing that. You know, they want it to wear out, so you buy something else. So you had to replace your hard drive, JD, to fix your problem.
I did, and I didn't know much about it. In fact, my shop manager, he has a computer hardware software degree. He came on over to my house this weekend, and I bought one at Best Buy for like $65, and I was like, it's worth a gamble. If it works, it works. And I saved myself $1,000 on a computer. He stabbed it in, worked his magic. Next thing you know, I was like, okay, but does it work? So he took off because I'm going to see him tomorrow, and I was like, okay, I got all my stuff back, basically, for the exception of the files that I had on my computer. I'm like, but will it work? So that's why I was like, well, if it's cool, maybe I can jump in the live stream and see if I'm back in action. I don't know, you know?
I had to help Dale out.
Oh, is that your wine that you got?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
You know, another one of those things that's pretty much a toss away nowadays are cars.
Yep.
Cars and trucks.
Yep.
My 2013 GMC Sierra, the interior door panels for both passenger and driver completely destroyed because of the plastic, the sun out here being in the heat. Well, I went and price quoted them even on eBay. They're $500 a pop. You get them from the dealership, it's about $1,000 to $1,500 for both. So it's like, dang, I mean, that's for an interior door. That's not anything real special, but they charge a lot because they want you to eventually, once you stack up so many issues, they want you to just be like, yeah, have it.
We got Nissans down here that look like they've been sitting in the Atlantic Ocean for 12 years. When you look underneath them, you know, yeah, they are, yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, Well, and what I think, JD, what they say about mechanics is that you guys are probably going to relate to that, right? Is that, it's the mechanics get so tired of working on other people's cars, so you guys go home and you really don't feel like working on your own cars.
Absolutely true. I don't do very much side hustle anymore. It's been many years. If I have a side hustle at all, it has nothing to do with automotive. The only time I do any kind of wrench turning out in front is if it's friends or family. Other than that, I refuse to do it. Yeah, you bring it to my shop, and we'll figure it out from there. Because when I get home, I'm beat, man. I don't want to work on another POS.
Yeah, man. Beat straight. You're done with the POS. I get that, man. Absolutely.
And we were expected, like a lot of people say, we don't get rust. No, we absolutely do. We get people that come from the east and northeast that come all the way out here for vacation with their rust-built cars that are just absolutely saturated in rust. And we got torches, rust penetrant, all the stuff, and things break, and they're like, oh, you broke it, da-da-da-da-da, now we got to eat it. It's like, hang on a minute. You should have already known we were getting ready to step into problems as soon as I said this thing is completely saturated in rust. And I'm going to have to extract things. Things are going to have to get cut off. I don't have any control over this. It came from not just Massachusetts, but let's say Ohio or even New Jersey or Philadelphia or whatever. They come out, we're still stuck with your guys' problems, only in a desert level where we're not really skilled or proficient at working at that stuff because we don't see it every day. So then it becomes a head scratcher trying to figure out how to do it.
Absolutely. A lot of the stuff we're used to seeing is just like rusted e-brake cables, and look underneath the car, like this big rot holes. They're big as basketballs.
Yeah, you can stick your forearm through them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I was like, man, this thing has like half a frame.
They don't get any better.
Grim is on now, and there you go, Eric. There's your fishing buddy right there.
Yeah, that's right, Ed, the old tech guy. It's pretty much become a throwaway society for sure. Out with the old, in with the new. I got a lot of people that love working on old cars. Like, if you're a mechanic, you can work on anything. Bullshit.
No, they get harder to work on. They get so much harder to work on, especially if you get a Mercedes Benz or something. Sometimes they'll have an $80,000 car roll up into the shop. You know what I mean? But Audi or whatever, and it's crazy.
How about something that's 10, 20 years old and they don't make parts for them anymore? Or a carburetor that says it's rebuilt, but they just painted it and called it good, and you still have to rebuild it.
Yep, that 30-year-old Suzuki. Something like that.
Whenever I live somewhere, I'm the biggest whatever, that lives there, in Chicago, I'm the biggest beer drinking, big shoulders, pizza eating guy you ever seen. And boy, when we lived in the South, I was the biggest redneck you ever seen because we had a brand new $80,000 Escalade, and I used it to pull my tractor out of the mud. I'm like, man, you don't fit in that now. But it looks like you got your computer fixed, Justin.
Yeah, it was nice. I just gave him. He didn't expect nothing for it. He's like, that's what friends do. I was like, nah, bullshit. You came out here to help me unload my new compressor. You fixed 2 of my computers. Here's $100.
Wow, that's excellent. And I gotta tell you a secret. And I think Ed, the old tech guy here, would agree. If you ever get a chance to do it, if your computer will even take it, is put your operating system on a solid state, whether it's an M2 drive or something that is not mechanical like a standard hard disk drive. If you need the storage space, use your standard hard disk drive. But for your operating system, man, put a solid state drive. It'll make all the difference in how long your other hard drive will last. Because
I'll tell you what I got. I got a 500 gigabyte SATA PC SSD solid state drive hard drive chip for $65 from Best Buy.
There you go.
Wow. Okay, well there you go. See, that's now they do have a limit on read and writes and whatever, just like the Milwaukee batteries apparently, but it's just the operating system. When you have a spinning disc, they just, and people say, well, I'll just get a faster disc. They make them in 5,400 RP, 5,400 and 7,200. And so I'll get to 7,200, it's going to read right much quicker. And the problem is it's still a spinning disc, and the operating systems that Microsoft uses now spin them constantly. They never get a chance to spin down. So yeah, if you can get even a small solid state drive to put your stuff on, and then save everything to a regular hard disk drive, it's going to last a lot longer because it's only accessing it to read and write, not to run the operating system. So
I really don't mess with all that. I just drag, drop, do the video, upload it, and dump the files when I'm done.
Oh, okay. So yeah, because you can always download it from, if you need to get back into it, you can download it, right?
No, I wipe it out completely from my phone, from the camera stuff. Once I've done the video and it's successfully updated, I'm done.
I think Joe Smith doesn't even review his videos. He just, not all of them anyway. I think he was saying that a lot of times he'll just make his video, he uploads it, and he pretty much sees it when everybody else does. But I don't think he even looks at it once he's uploaded.
That's kind of what I do. It is what it is.
I amateurs.
I probably watch mine, obviously while I'm editing it, and then I'll probably watch it once all the way through. But sometimes I'll miss a couple things that someone will correct me on, and if it's bad enough for the first 500 views, I'll dump it, redo it, and then re-upload it.
Boy, yeah, and you guys think that the armchair quarterbacks are cruel. Wait till you get your snoot full of armchair YouTube creators out there. Oh no, you gotta use them. I think Jehu must have gotten one with because he wasn't wearing a mask and he was grinding concrete, and he could have gotten silica in his lungs and blah 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, boy, they're real quick to jump on stuff. If they think you're not being safe or whatever. But before I end up getting myself a what do they call them? Somebody out there giving me a hard time about this, that, or the other thing. Justin, what advice would you pass along to Joe to make his channel grow?
I don't really know, to be honest. Everyone's got their own style, but I will say this: I've definitely been on that side with all the extra criticism. Like I've had a handful of comments that wanted more repair videos, and I'm like, yeah, but the ones that I do are flat rate style. I'm trying to show you a trick to get around something. So, for instance, I had this evaporator core I was doing on a Jeep Cherokee, and I was explaining if you didn't have a steering wheel puller, if you grab and push and pull a couple times, side to side and up and down, it'll just pop and slide off. And so I was like, oh, you're going to mess with the steering shaft, this, that, I can't believe you're working on vehicles, blah, blah. So I just deleted the whole thing.
Oh, man.
Look, man, I was trying to show you a trick. If you want to go spend $50 to $100 on a puller, go ahead, but these steering wheels are made out of aluminum. Aluminum, like anything else, stretches. All you gotta do is beep, 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 and it's off, and you're done. And then you zap the bolt down, torque it down, you're good. But they didn't want to hear all that.
You could try to tell them, but a lot of times they're not going to listen. They think they know that.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to come over here and or you could make your own video. I think I had one guy that was complaining, like my first video I think was on the computer that I'm actually using tonight here when I first got it, and we were just messing around with YouTube, my son and I, making a video, and he was holding doing the camera and everything, and he's a little bit hyperactive, so it's moving around and jumping around, and this guy gets on there and was talking about in a word, tripod. I'm like, what? And so I went over and looked at his channel, and his videos were worse than mine. And I'm like, people in glass houses, dude. People in glass houses. Give me a chance here.
I use this for like 80% of my content. 80%.
I do too. Yeah. I think Joe's got something like a hero or something like that.
Yeah, like just basically, I was using a tablet, but So far, so good with this one. Almost like a GoPro.
Well, at the very least.
The only thing I don't like about the action cameras is that's exactly what they're for, is for action. So the audio is a little bit, we'll just call it pixelated, like it's very like scratchy in between and muffled because that's meant for action, to see, I don't know, jet skis, underwater filming, skydiving, stuff like that. It's not something where people are really like talking too much. So even a cell phone, if you can't afford a regular camera, even if it's like a Sony point and shoot, you can't afford that. Even a cell phone's going to take better audio, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I had a GoPro, and my GoPro, it was a specific problem with the brand of GoPro I had, but it was encased in, so that you could use it waterproof, dustproof, that kind of thing. And the audio on it was terrible. It was the worst of anything I've ever used, just very muffled or whatever. And man, every place I checked, everybody said the same thing. It's like, it's because it's in that case. There's nothing you can do about it. Live with it. There was no suggestions like, if I
you know what? It's not even the case. You can have it like this, just sitting on some stationary platform, no case. And it's just because, again, the microphone is not meant to pick up solid state audio. It's just meant for running around and doing shit. Yeah.
don't get all technical on us, Justin.
If you put that underwater case around that, it won't hear you. You could be yelling in front of it. It won't hear you at all.
Definitely. You won't get any audio at all.
No, talking about
That is true.
Grim music.
There you
Hmm.
You don't have to take that crap from these guys out here, Justin. Okay, just saying.
Hey. Just a minute.
They
How
wouldn't
about Tampa Bay?
All right.
Oh, ouch.
You're just not going to let it go, is he, Joe?
Yeah, well, the thing is and Gronk, come on, man.
I got my Tom Brady first year Buccaneers away jersey being made. I should see it in September, October.
But where's he going to be then? Who's going to have the best chance of the Super Bowl then? Because that's where he's going.
Hey, with Gronk coming back, the picks they had during the draft, and the lineup that they already had with their strong defense, I'm telling you, you can't rule them out. It's going to be a strong team.
I agree.
I think much stronger than New England at this point. I don't think Bill even gave a shit. He's like, I'm just going to work with what I got.
Yeah, I'd say so, especially with losing those two guys.
And didn't even pick up a good quarterback. He's going with Stedman. And I'm not saying Stedman's a bad quarterback, but I mean, he could have very well picked up Jalen Hurts and added him to the roster to see how he did. He could have very well moved up and got a Burrows if he wanted to.
Yep.
He didn't make
Bill Belichick, not a man of very many words.
some wide receivers. He could have picked up a couple if he didn't want to pick up a quarterback. It's like he didn't try. What did he do? A linebacker, maybe a cornerback? And I'm like, what in the hell, man? Do you even want another Super Bowl? Or are you just trying to retire out and create the world's crappiest team? I mean, even the Dolphins picked up Teo or whatever his name is. I'm like, come on, man.
That's what I was going to say. It's like NASCAR and even politics. You know, it's the guys who are making the big contributions. You know, are the ones who have their ears. And in football, you know, in the NFL, it's not going to be the NFL. You know, ruling to death like what happened with NASCAR. It's going to be the sponsors. You know, that are out there buying it, and they're were getting sick of seeing New England win, and people were going to quit watching the big games where they were making big sales money. And so those sponsors said, "Hey, Bill, step back a little bit there, man."
I gotta disagree because if Tom Brady would have still stayed with New England, now granted, I like a handful of teams. Not saying that I like New England, but I like me some Tom Brady. And I'm still rooting for him to get 7, 8, 9, however many rings he could possibly stack up. If he can get 10, I'd be stoked. You know what I'm saying? All fucking 10 fingers. I'd have been all over it. So for me, I'm like, if they would have kept him, I still, at the end of the day, I'd be watching me some New England football going, let's go, Tommy Gunn, let's do it. Throw that long ball. Get it done.
Mr. Kraft, you should have paid the man.
Is that what it was about?
He took pay cuts just to show that he was a team player, and still they wanted to push him out. I'm like, come on, man. What can a guy do?
Yeah.
I know that his wife makes good money, but I mean, he could have made so much more. Now what? Dak Prescott's the highest paid quarterback, and he's done nothing.
3 words: pay the man.
Yeah. They say, do your job. Okay, do my job while you're paying me.
Well, listen, everybody, that's going to just about run us out of time, I think. We've been on here quite a while, and looks like everybody's going to start shuffling off. You know, it's like before they call last call at the bar, you know, all the pretty girls start to get up and shuffle out. So, but anyway, I want to thank Joe and Eric for joining in. And Joe, thanks for putting that cool video asking me to do the live stream.
Yeah.
Justin, thanks for coming on. And man, I'm glad to see you back up and running again. And all the links and information, everybody, are in the comments below to get to Joe's channel. And he thinks his better video is his toolbox tour, the tool cart tour, or the Snap-on. You have a Snap-on box too, right?
Yeah, I'd probably say that one gets probably the most views. I'd say than any of the other videos. You know what I mean? And there's some different ones, but that one gets the most views.
All right. So we'll go out and see it. You've seen all the new stuff from Harbor Parade, and hey, JD, thanks for the beer money, man. I appreciate it. That's very cool of you. I appreciate it.
Let me see if I can do this in Bostonian. Cheers to those of you that have your beers.
Pretty good. Cheers. The guys have their beers.
Before we got on here, I made him say drawer and everything else. Water, coffee.
Park the car and have a yard.
They also say Boston with a W too, so with a W. Yeah.
Well, thank you all for joining me. Everybody that was out there in that chat, keeping it active, Ed the Old Tech Guy, Jay Hu, Clayton, Junior Kelly, all you guys out there. I know I'm forgetting some of you. Didn't see Princess Jamie tonight. She must be hanging out with the bear, but appreciate all of you coming by, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, we'd like to do it again, guys, and thank you so much.
Cheers.
Cheers, Justin.